Namaste. Myself Dr. Shilpa Sri Shaha, Assistant Professor of Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. I am from Faculty of Physiotherapy and Diagnostics. So today we will learn about disease of the artery and veins. As we all know, these are the blood vessels that circulate all over the body. Okay, arteries carries oxygenated blood and vein carries deoxygenated blood. But only there is one artery and one vein in which artery carries deoxygenated and vein carries oxygenated blood. This is the unique blood vessels. Okay, pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. All the arteries carries oxygenated blood except pulmonary artery, which carries deoxygenated blood. Okay, and all the vein carries deoxygenated blood except pulmonary vein, which carries oxygenated blood. So today we will learn about disease of arteries and veins. First one is arteriosclerosis. Okay, so arteriosclerosis is also known as cardiovascular arteriosclerosis. Occurs when arteries grow thick and stiff and restrict blood flow to organ and tissue to the body. Okay, if there is any thickness occurred in the arteries or lining of the arteries, this can restrict the flow of blood normally. Okay, so this is called as arteriosclerosis. Sclerosis is happen when the normal tissue is replaced by connective tissue. Okay, this gradual process, also known as hardening of arteries, weakens the arteries and can develop in various organs. Okay, and most commonly in the heart. Arteries circulate blood throughout the body, we all know, but when plaque, fat or cholesterol and other cellular waste build up fatty material in the arterial wall, then arteriosclerosis can be developed. Next is symptoms of arteriosclerosis. So due to the hardening of the artery, what can be happen? The blood will not circulate properly. So due to that, due to lack of oxygen or rich blood to the whole body or in the heart, what can be happen? Chest pain. Okay, or it can be also called as angina. Then the pain can be subsided to the arm, right, back of the body. Okay, and weaken legs, leg numbness or leg weakens. Okay, leg muscle. Then slurred speech or difficult speaking. Why? Because we all know that artery supply all over the body. So due to that, the whole body will be affected. The organs of whole body will be affected. Okay, so brief loss of vision. Okay, or drooping of facial muscles, high blood pressure, kidney failure also can be happen. Okay, next is causes. What are the causes of arteriosclerosis? First one, we all know about that high cholesterol, right? Then high blood pressure, then atherosclerosis. Okay, high triglyceride, insulin resistance, diabetes, obesity, smoking. Okay, diet that is not nutritional. Okay, these are some causes of arteriosclerosis. Next disease is known as aneurysm. What is happened there? The aorta, that is the great vessels of heart. Okay, what happened in there? In the one or any localized part of aorta will weakens and there will be a balloon shape or inflammation of that area. Okay, of that area of aorta. Okay, this is aneurysm. So according to American Heart Association, an aneurysm occurs when part of an arterial wall weakens, allowing it to widen abnormally or balloon out. So aneurysm can be affect anywhere, like as in heart or abdominal aorta also. Okay, so an aneurysm is a localized sac or dilation formed at a weak point in the wall of the aorta. So aneurysm is the second most frequent disease of artery after atherosclerosis. Remember that. Next causes include like atherosclerosis, smoking, hypertension, vasculitis, cocaine use. Okay, genetic factors also can be a cause. Symptoms include pain in the jaw, neck, back or chest. Remember that the pain of heart or angina will cause pain not only in chest but also in left side of arm, back, then also sometimes in the neck also. Okay, so these are the symptoms of angina. So here also, and in aneurysm also, as it is also in heart disease, so pain in the jaw, neck, back or chest. Coughing or breathlessness can be happen. Then sudden severe or sharp stabbing pain starting at the upper back moving towards into the abdomen. As I have already told that it can affect also the abdominal. It can happen as an abdominal aortic aneurysm. Then pain in the chest, arm. Okay. Patient can go quickly into shock if there is no treatment available. Then the next disease is Buerger's disease. So what is Buerger's disease? It is also called thromboangiitis obliterans. It is a progressive non-atherosclerotic. Remember that it is a non-atherosclerotic disease. That is, arterial wall is not affected by the plaque or something. Okay. So it is a progressive non-atherosclerotic segmental inflammatory disease that most often affects small and medium arteries of upper and lower extremities. So if there is any short question or MCQ based question that name one inflammatory disease of artery, you can say it is a Buerger's disease. Okay. Or if there is any question like name one inflammatory disease that affect the small arteries of body, so you can say it is a Buerger's disease. Okay. Then the typical age of Buerger's disease is 20 to 50 years. The disorder is most frequently found in males and who smoke. Okay. Patient initially present with foot, leg, arm or hand claudication. Claudication, what is claudication? Claudication is a pain which felt when there is no oxygen supply in the area. When it is occurred in leg, it is called claudication. Okay. Which may be mistaken with joint or neuromuscular problem. So it is not a claudication is not a joint disorder or a muscular problem. Remember that it occurs because of lack of oxygen in the leg area or cuff muscles. Okay. The progression of the disease leads to cuff claudication and eventually ischemic rest pain and ulceration of the toes, feet, finger, and this is also known as Raynaud. So okay, so what happened in there, as the small arteries of leg and arm affected, so there will be whitish discoloration of that area. Then Raynaud disease. Raynaud disease, in response to cold temperature, the body adapts by restricting blood flow to the skin. What happened? The core muscle, that is the abdominal muscle, which is a bigger or wider area, is always works in regulation of temperature. That is, in during winter, what happened, our body, the nature what wants, they want to take temperature out of the body, but what is the core muscle doing? That core muscle save or restore the temperature from the whole body. Okay, so that it cannot evaporate. Okay. So due to that, in response to cold temperature, the body adapts the restricting blood flow to the skin. This is done as a thermoregulating mechanism to prevent further loss of the body. As I have told, the body did thermoregulating mechanism, that is the core muscle saves the temperature to prevent further loss of the body, so that the body does not lose any temperature further. Okay, so it is a balance or normal mechanism of the body. Okay. So in that, in Raynaud phenomenon, blood flow restriction occurs during cold temperature and emotional stress. Okay. So as the core muscle stores the temperature, so the whole body or the peripheral area will deprived of blood flow. Okay, because temperature, where from we got the temperature? Obviously it is from blood. So the peripheral area will be of lack of blood flow. So due to that, specifically in Raynaud phenomenon, there is a vasoconstriction of digital arteries and cutaneous arterioles. Okay, this phenomenon was first described by Maurice Raynaud. Okay, Raynaud phenomenon is transient and peripheral vasoconstrictive response to cold. Okay, so what happened, as there is the core muscle will work to save temperature, what happened, the peripheral muscle will vasoconstrict, okay, so that there is no blood flow occurs. Okay, so due to that the Raynaud phenomenon occurs. Raynaud phenomenon also can be categorized as primary and secondary. So primary occurrence of the vasospasm alone, that is in primary case the only vasospasm will occur, is no association with other disease. But in secondary cause, most commonly an autoimmune disease, for example rheumatoid arthritis. There are some differences between primary and secondary Raynaud phenomenon. What are these? The vasoplastic attacks brought on by cold or stress, no underlying associated systemic disease. And in secondary, clinical features of connective tissue disease. As I have already told now, that in primary Raynaud phenomenon there will be only vasospasm with no association of other disease, but in secondary Raynaud phenomenon there will be association with other systemic disease. Okay. Then thrombophlebitis. What is phlebitis? Phlebitis is the itis we know, inflammation. So phlebitis is inflammation of vein. Okay, and thrombophlebitis is circulatory condition that occurs when a blood clot which develop due to venous inflammation inhibits the blood flow. Okay, most commonly thrombophlebitis affects the superficial vein or extremities. Causes include varicose vein, immobilization during flight, long flight or post-surgery, or any condition, traumatic condition, pregnancy, cancerous cell, okay, obesity, history also of thrombus, autoimmune disease, etc. Now pathogenesis. The pathway of the development of disease can be split into two stages. First one is inflammation process in the vessel. Then secondary development of a thrombus through blood clot around the area. Okay, symptoms include swelling of the body part, pain, skin redness, then warmth. There is all the signs of inflammation obviously. Then often leg appears warm to touch. Medication include anticoagulant like warfarin, okay, thrombolysis, surgery to remove the clot, varicose vein stripping, okay, topical treatment. And PT management, there is physiotherapeutic management include first one warm compression, elevation of the limb, encouraging circulation and limb specific exercise. Now varicose vein. What is varicose vein? Varicose veins are defined as dilated, elongated, tortuous and palpable superficial veins as a result of venous hypertension. What happened when in blood varicose vein, what happened? There is a backflow of blood to the area of leg due to any valve impairment of the leg muscle. Okay, so therefore there will be more pressure will generate in the veins of the leg. Okay, therefore the pressure will increase, the vein will dilate, tortuous. Okay, so this can lead to varicose vein. Symptoms may include, as we have already know, that pain, cramping, okay, chronic edema, varicose ulcer. Okay, these are some symptoms of the varicose vein. Traditional surgical treatment consisted of ligation or stripping of the greater saphenous vein with avulsion of tributary veins. PT management include, in this case, in varicose veins, we will have to be cautious when during treatment. What happened? Because of improper mobilization, the clot can this can lead to any further deterioration. Okay, so during varicose vein we have to be cautious. So first one is compression stocking, relies on the use of compression therapy, as we already discussed that the pressure of compression would be between 20 to 30 millimeter of mercury. Then ankle mobility due to storage of fibrotic tissue. Okay, the ankle immobility due to storage of fibrotic tissue. Okay, and a normal working motion is required. Okay, these are all about the disease of arteries and veins. So if there is any query, you can ask me in comment section. Thank you. खुश रहिए आप लोग.